Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I'm Sen, your executive producer. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Particularly want to thank our $25 tier supporters over on our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms. Those being Trevian Alexander, Cat Waterflame, Samantha Bates, and L, without whom we wouldn't be able to do nearly as much now. So thank you all very much for your support of the year. And if you're watching live, please sit back, relax, enjoy.
Fuck you.
We're live at the best
A dinosaur
time.
story.
Okay. Might be done. I'll throw a Tarrasque in there. Sure, why not?
Do
We've
it.
already got to hunt
Do it.
one for the
I
fucking
fucking dare you.
sword, probably.
It's not hunting a Tarrasque when it's a corpse. It's already dead.
Skeleton.
You say that like the instant we pull the sword out, it isn't going to come back alive.
There is absolutely no indication that that is going to happen one way or the other. So
It's
it's
John's
equally likely
game.
or not to.
The best part is we don't even have to do it. We could just be wandering around and all of a sudden Tarrasque shows up because some moron relative of one of our party members, not naming anyone in specific, happened to go down there and pull a sword out of the head.
There are more than just the Bellmenders diving through that hive.
No, but statistically, it's
Thank
probably one of us.
Exactly.
I mean, yes, it is true. There is a time limit on how long that sword's going to remain in the skull, and what happens after that, who knows?
Not my problem.
So, welcome back to Gran Terra Shadowfront. I'm your game master for the evening and brand new homeowner.
Woo!
I'm confused because I'm already in a home, but I'm actually not on the. Actually, wasn't on the mortgage for this house. I am on the mortgage for this house. So, next
Sen
week,
is no longer frogging. Woo!
next week, I'll be in a different room, and it'll be visibly different. Anyways, yeah. So also joining me this week is I'm trying to think of something witty to say, and it's failing. So I'm going to say Nightmare Before Christmas tarot card enthusiast Nikki.
Nightmare Before Christmas tarot card. Thank you very much. I was specific about my descriptors when I was discussing that. Hi, everybody. It's me, Nikki.
Clarifying.
I will be playing your Goblin Rogue Scuzz. And I had something funny I wanted to say, but I can't remember. There's a lot going down in Florida right now. I know we like to joke about Floridians and everything like that, but it's pretty nasty down there. So if you could offer any help to anybody, that would be lovely. But also, don't feel pressured to do so. That's it. Something serious.
Also, if anybody in Florida happens to see Ron DeSantis in a precariously balanced position, just give him a light push.
Also, Matt Gates, whatever the fuck that guy's name is. Matt
yeah.
Gates.
Matt Gates too. Also, I feel like enthusiast and hoe describe the same person.
It's my slut era.
Yes.
And
Full
also,
circle.
also joining me is slut era Jack.
Yeah.
The way you said that.
I'm playing Gentmanar, the half-elven spellslinger, Triggermancer.
For a second there, I was confused as to how your drug dealer doctor had gotten transported to Gran Terra.
Oh, Nico's still around.
And I'm also joined by our drug dealer Dr. Craig.
But what am I playing? Hi. Tonight I'll be playing Grumman Bellmender, Way of the Drunken Master Monk. Also a dwarf and a cleric of Marduk, I think. He's new. He's new to it. Don't give him a hard time.
It's not the cleric part that's the problem. It's that you're God.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's
That's
new.
I mean,
he read
you know what?
he
Honestly,
read the pamphlets real quick. He was a little drunk
Honestly,
Gonna
sometimes
go over more
of
later.
all the gods, Marduk's the one that would occasionally forget he's a god, so it's fine. Um, speaking of, also joining us is someone who occasionally forgets they're a god, Holly.
What now? I am Ollie. I am playing Vespia. She is a tiefling channeler.
And also joining us, someone who's occasionally a channeler, Jeremy.
But nope. I had a joke. It's gone.
Just roll with it.
Just fucking like rail shot through the brain. That joke.
Yep, kind of did. Hi, I am Jeremy. I am playing Sin, changeling, warlock, professional god hater, and currently sharing a brain with a really old ghost
Who's also a professional god hater.
who's also a professional god hater.
Yeah.
God hater would be a really cool subclass.
You know? Speaking of a really cool subclass, I'm also joined by William.
I think there is a subclass in Barbarian. That is.
I was going to
that.
say Warhammer Fantasy,
I mean,
but
sell it,
sure.
But yeah.
Also, speak a really cool. I can't tell if that's a nod to the fact that I do a lot of homebrew or not.
You can interpret it however you want.
I'm going to interpret it as you literally just picked a thing that came out of that last sentence to say
Yep.
at me. Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Valdeth, the Dwarven Samurai.
And
Make it hard on Sen.
Yeah, what from that last sentence applies to Ithram?
and speaking of something that applies to Ithram, Dakota.
You gave it to
Oh
him.
no!
I
Oh
did.
no!
Oh no!
Hoisted on your own petard.
Oh, there it is. Anyways, yeah, I'm playing Ithram Volar, Hobgoblin War Wizard.
Some people-
Speaking of
some-
petards,
Some people like a good petard hoisting.
to be clear, they're explosives.
As always, trans rights are human rights. Black Lives Matter. And yes, if you are in Florida, please stay safe, take shelter. And again, aforementioned pushed Ron DeSantis hurricane.
This stream is
Or-
sponsored by Sirenscape.
Or Gates,
This stream,
or Rubio, or
this stream
whoever.
is sponsored by Sirenscape.
Are we actually sponsored by Sirenscape now?
No, we're powered by. I
Powered
said
by.
sponsored, I meant powered by.
I was gonna be so
But
excited.
We're
Since
about
I'm
to be
the- since I'm
really
the only one-
excited.
Since I'm the only one who ever remembers to say the damn thing, sometimes I say it wrong.
Well, maybe this time when they're listening, they'll be like, "Oh fuck, we're sponsoring them."
Oh,
Shit, we need to
somebody
send
get
out the
on that.
check now.
Yeah, we need to.
Jesus, write it. Anyway, I'd like to thank Sirenscape for their generous sponsorship.
I don't know if y'all are
Thanks to
in
Sirenscape's
Sirenscape. so you can
generous
hear the music,
sponsorship.
but
I'm currently rejoining because I forgot.
Me too.
There it is. There it is.
While they're rejoining, thank
I-
you, Sirenscape. No, I'm just
Sirenscape, you are fantastic. I can't believe that you all forgot to log in. Now, if you excuse me, I'm doing something unrelated.
Sirenscape is such a big sponsor. They're
Mostly- mostly that just means that y'all are missing the ambient music that's going. So,
I can't hear the ambient music. There it
Okay.
is.
Yeah, let me feel that big sponsorship.
get that
Hey,
big sponsorship
Daddy
all over our
Sirenscape.
faces.
Racing?
Okay, nope.
No,
back
no.
Up, back up. No, we made it weird.
No, you can't worry about phrasing when it was intentional.
Well,
Oh, no.
since the daddy kink has arisen, I just want to give everybody a gift and say, for your own arousement, take care of your mom. I'm gonna go get some cigarettes.
What is happening?
Look, we're trying
You
to
say
get
that like it's not gonna work,
we're
Jack.
trying to switch over from Twitch to Fansly, so we're just
Yeah.
getting our audience ready for
Just
that.
priming everybody for when we just drop the pretense and just do porn.
Oh,
It's coming.
Welcome to that. I think it's this error in communication when I open my daddy OnlyFans.
And you
And
had
then
the
it was-
screen
it was-
behind you, by the
it
way.
was it was just me trying on hats and talking about my various modeling tools and very small drills
I mean,
like this one.
it's
You know what?
it's a-
When I'm putting a magnet in a model, I like to use a 3mm because if you can brace it in enough, I find it gives sufficient depth. Somebody, please God, stop me! I can't
No,
believe you all are letting
you
me
keep
talk.
going.
Okay,
You
you're joking,
keep
but I
going.
cannot,
I'm interested.
you're
I'm
joking, but I cannot
interested.
tell you. I cannot tell you how much of a difference on my mental health it would make to have a consistent father figure that just talks about dumb shit. That would be
Oh.
great.
Well, I will tell you guys. You know the little magnets, extendable magnets that you use to pick up stuff in the shop. Well,
So
I found
Dungeons
I
and
can use them.
Dragons.
Well,
so Sims
actually,
campaign.
I use them for Dungeons and Dragons. It's funny that you mention it because I put a little base on it, and then I use them and I put little metal washers in the bottom of all my minis.
Yeah,
and
and
then
then
you
it'll
put
stick
them on
to the
these
side,
magnets.
right? Yep.
Yep. No, look, because now it's a flying base. So
There
this
you go.
Aarakocra, is he 20 feet high? Is he 100 feet high? Now we can correctly model it on the tabletop.
The only issue I have with this is that you're referencing 3mm makes it really hard to appreciate the innuendo.
So, anyways, the
I don't know what you're talking about.
Steelhearts have
Let
found
me explain
themselves.
it in explicit detail.
The Steelhearts have found themselves staring at a large closed door out of which there is darkened waters and the floating viscera of some large aquatic creature that has been torn apart by something yet larger, presumably.
Right, that's where we ended up.
As you
Now,
have now at this point, most of you sort of realize that it's been getting darker and darker the further into the city you've been going. The Coral Home, and some of you that are more geographically minded might now have realized that Coral Home is built on a slight downgrade.
Somebody has an insanely loud keyboard.
Nikki does.
Nick,
I
Okay.
legitimately thought that was you, Jack.
I'm so sorry.
Yes, Coral Home is built on a slight downgrade, so you've been actually getting deeper and deeper under the ocean, the deeper into Coral Home you're going, to where you are now in what is known as the Abyssopelagic zone of the. So, there's a large door in front of you, and the dismembered body parts of some large creature floating around in the darkness.
And they are on the other side of a glass barrier
Correct.
from us, or some kind of translucent barrier.
Yeah.
From us, correct?
And
Okay.
largely they're just lit by the internal light, by that ambient light inside the dome, which is also part of why you haven't realized how dark the ocean has been getting, because the insides of the dome are fairly well lit.
Is anybody else thinking the same thing I'm thinking?
probably not.
Because if we could get access to that thing, whew, boy, our food worries are over.
How did I know?
You can't look at
How
that thing.
Question,
did I
Sen.
know?
Yes.
These big domes are usually connected by the tunnel, and that's where what the big door is in front of. Is the tunnel filled with water, or is this floating outside the dome and the tunnel, or is it inside
Outside the dome,
tunnel that we would need
You
to
can't
traverse?
see the tunnel because the door is
Okay.
closed, and actually looking out through the glass, you can't see the tunnel because it's so dark.
All right, well, don't go swimming. Which I'm certain that the water pressure at these depths would have been hopefully enough of a aversion factor, but nobody was really considering that.
Just making an observation.
Oh yes, no, I absolutely am fairly clear on what your priorities are in any given situation, generally speaking.
I'm not going out after it unless we decide that's a priority. Besides, something that thing being all chopped apart ahead of time indicates there's something bigger and nastier about anyway.
Well, and I don't know what Swiggle's
Learned.
traditions are, but usually eating something else's leftovers in the wild is traditionally a rather poor choice to make most of the time.
Yeah, it depends on how fast you are. Besides, something else's leftovers often make good bait.
Now that I can agree with. Is this one locked?
You go up to the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to the door. Yes, it does appear to be. That was the
Okay.
other thing that happened that I forgot to mention, Jeremy. The construct that was following
Oh, yeah. Proper.
turns out to be known as the locksmith, which is a particular kind of construct that specializes in creating locks and breaking locks and sort of generally all around security specialist kind of thing.
Useful.
All right, they gave Scuzz a lock to fidget with.
Yes, they gave Scuzz a lock as a thing to keep Scuzz busy and also as proof of their skills. They've given Scuzz a lock that Scuzz has yet to be able to crack.
Scuzz also drew a picture, which is now attached to this automaton's front with magnets.
It looks like this.
Well, it has been removed.
Also, yeah,
Oh.
reference to his cat
How
Bane, which
dare
still
he.
kind of works because computer aided.
How dare he have control over his own body?
Yeah.
Well, did he give it? Did he at least give it back to Scuzz or Grummond?
It would get it back to Drummond, yes.
Okay.
Grummond
Scuzz
has
wouldn't have
taken.
noticed until later and would have been like, Dad, where's my artwork?
Oh, you don't have to ask because Grummond has used safety pins to attach it to the front of his overalls.
Of course.
Oh, excellent. Lovely. Love this.
You don't want Scuzz to feel bad.
Not like most parents are just like, oh yeah, we put it in a folder somewhere. We'll pull it all out later for Christmas.
Just doing a rough outline, of course.
Nope.
But yes, the door appears to be.
Okay, great.
Did we put our person on this?
Scuzz will check it for traps.
Investigation check.
Guidance.
Yay! Yeah, I'm guidance for a while because I'm adopted.
Oh, that's right. Just
I'm adopted.
Does it stack?
I don't think it does. But
Okay.
Actually,
Wait a minute.
I think it doesn't say that you don't. It doesn't say that you can't benefit from a second D4.
ooh.
Yeah.
Yes, you would be able to add a second D4 if you were a guidance, just like inspiration can stack and things.
Are you
What
saying
was that, Jeremy?
guidance gives you? Are you saying that adoption gives you bonuses on stuff? Because I need to talk with my parents.
Yeah.
It's only for like 2 weeks, but yes.
Oh well, then
So you may be outside the warranty window on that one.
Unfortunate. They could re
that explains why I was relatively uninjured when my mother fell down the stairs holding me when I was very, very young.
Babies are also made of rubber at that age.
I made my Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. So it's a 23
23
to
investigation.
check for traps.
Does not seem to be trapped. You do notice while you're looking around, you do notice that there seems to be some sort of odd material growing underneath the door and sort of around the edge of it. It's kind of like it's growing kind of like a fungus, but it texturally is a bit more meaty than that.
Titania, what do you think about this fungus here?
Tanya will tell you that it doesn't seem to be a fungus.
I got a 13.
13?
Yeah.
It's not anything that you recognize. It definitely feels more like it's definitely like biological, some sort of biological matter. And it's the best way to describe it is fleshy. It's not like super malleable, but it's also not super rigid.
There was a moment where like sorry, just please say that out loud.
Kent's going to investigate it and see if he can determine what type of flesh. Like, is it growing fur? Does it have scales? That sort of thing. See if he can determine anything significant about this material.
All right, give me a roll, Greg.
Calm down.
I'll cut off a little piece with a dagger.
That's what Scuzz was about to do.
Nature, Arcana, investigation. What are we talking here?
Nature.
Nature roll. Okay.
Either nature or investigation.
Oh well, if I'd known there was an or, never mind.
Well,
Yeah, I
to
don't know
be
what
fair,
it is.
would the investigation have helped you much more with that 3?
I have a particular manner of speaking. You're
That's
familiar and used to this particular manner of speaking. Wait 2 seconds after I finish saying something in case I add something on.
That's okay.
No, it's not familiar. Drummond, you tried to cut a piece off, and it doesn't cut. Like it doesn't resist enough for the blade to actually cut.
So
Can I
it
scrape
just
them?
passes through, or it just
No, you like
begins?
it's like trying to it's like you're trying to cut. It's like you're trying to cut. Trying to think of it's like your knife doesn't have an edge. If you were trying to cut something that you would more normally cut, the material just like you press against it, but it doesn't matter how much pressure you put. It's not. You can't get a good enough like a way to apply the pressure to actually cut into.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out a pair of shears then and try that.
It's not. You can't. You don't seem to be able to get it under the material.
What does it smell like?
Make either a perception check or a medicine.
Oh, let me think about that one. Oh, they're actually the same. They're both wisdom.
Yeah.
13.
Rolling a lot of 13s tonight, Drummond.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
That looks like it's spelled wrong. I don't think it is.
What is?
Or did I just transient market that I'm labeling?
Oh, okay.
Nope, that is absolutely correct.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's correct. That's right.
So with a 13 perception check, it smells like preserved meat. Like not meat that's been meant to be eaten, but like a corpse that's been embalmed.
So it's not like a biltong situation. It's like a guy named Bill situation.
Yes, a guy named Bill who's been gone at with tongs.
Okay. Is it reminiscent of what was in the kegs?
No.
Okay. I will pass that on and just say, well, it's we seem to be getting all sorts of leftover bits from those that were here before. Not certain if this is the same. Smells different than the ones that were in the inn, but I'm gonna be honest. My first inclination is to taste it and see if that gives any additional information. But because I've got a fairly hardy constitution and lifetime working in Swiggle has made me relatively resistant to things like disease or poison. But wanted to at least run that by the rest of the group before I tried it.
1 second.
Yes, may I run a couple of tests? And I'm going to pull out like a few alchemical reagents that I have in my component pouch and see if they react to anything.
Before you do that really quickly, in my head, would these be people that are in our resting place? Do you think?
If you're talking about that substance, no. Don't even know if it was.
No, but worth checking. Never mind. Go ahead.
So yeah,
Does
basically.
anyone have by the way, the notes, their notes about the hubs of Coral Home to fill in those last two blanks? Because I cannot remember.
I'm pretty sure Mara did. For sure.
Which is
Sounds
perfect.
about right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Ithram, you are,
Investigation. If that
yeah.
or whatever.
Investigation, or if there's a tool proficiency you want to use, or whatever for what you're trying to do. Remember, what skill
Well,
you use gives you different results.
yeah. Well, I don't quite think that land vehicles is applicable here.
Also not a tool proficiency, vehicle proficiency.
Yeah.
Beep beep, motherfuckers.
Oof. Three.
Is not a car a tool?
No.
Fuck you, I'm Elon Musk. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm so sorry. That was
The
really
people who
gross.
drive them, maybe, but
16.
they are a method of conveyance. A 16
Maybe.
investigation check. Yeah, you did a bit of experimentation. It does seem like fire will burn it a little bit, but not significantly. Ice will freeze it, but again, it doesn't have a lot of reaction to that. Acid does seem to damage it more significantly, but it does sort of regrow from that damage.
Okay.
You do notice that it starts to when you pour acid, when you test acid on it, it does seem to the entire connected mat of this material does seem to writhe a little bit.
We've transitioned from Shadow of the Colossus to Resident Evil.
So the acid works the best
Or
against
inside.
it, but it also reacts the most to it.
Hell yeah.
Starts to
I'm-
regrow.
I'm going to try something. Don't know if this will work very well. Hopefully, I don't go insane. I am going to try and reach out telepathically, see if there is anything there in
Oh,
terms
man.
of intelligence.
I thought Sin was going to do the geologist thing and do the lick test.
No.
Scott is
First of
ready.
all,
Scott
we
is
already
ready for
have
the
someone
lick
who's
test.
ready to do
I was about to
that.
say Grummond is ready to try that.
Scott and Grumman are literally about to fight each other to lick this thing.
You get that corner, I'll get this corner.
Make a wisdom saving throw, Sin.
That
They get,
might be a concern.
Lady in the Trampet.
Oh, jeez.
Gross.
Oh. Wisdom save?
Yes.
All right, I'm not bad at those.
The famous last words.
18.
Okay, no.
You try to reach out telepathically, and you almost instinctively break connection. You feel you touch something, and you don't even know what it is specifically, but there's just a panic response, and you drop it.
Panic response
Like,
from
from
me
you.
instinctually?
From you
Okay.
instinctually, it's that you know how
It's would
They-
I with the experience that Sin has relate that to I touched the mind of an aberration?
similar, yes. It's very much like that sort of instinctual sense you get when you're about to walk into a cobweb that you didn't see.
Right.
That is sort of like the but a little bit more panicked in the back of your head. And yeah, definitely, it's definitely similar to the feeling that you would get touching the mind of an aberration.
Okay. So yeah, they do that full body shudder thing. Slight twitches of skin color and the almost like they're instinctively trying to shift away from it.
That unpleasant.
It is a sentient being, but it is an extremely alien intelligence.
Not
We're
the
not gonna
friendly,
make
cuddly sort
friends
of
with
thing.
this.
All right. Valdez, darling, I think this is going to be an open and burn sort of
Don't lick
situation.
it.
Who in their right mind would ever...
I look over at the at the two.
Grummond is trying to nonchalantly put his tongue away.
Yes,
Val-
Gus is like. "Mhm."
Valdeth will just sort of step up to some of the flesh and just sort of see if it responds at all to a slash.
It just, it's almost like you're just stroking it, not cutting it.
Grummond will try just out loud going, "Hello." Alright. Well,
Hello.
If we can get by without disturbing it too badly, that may be
Which
preferable.
door was this, and is it blocking a path forward?
That's the door that leads from the core residential.
Okay.
so-
Is it blocking the path?
It's coming out from under the door.
We should go around.
The ways around will be either north through zone that's been identified that we can no longer identify, or
I feel like it was down here was Foundry above the train market, and oh, I know what it is. Reclamation. That's what that is.
South it is.
Reclamation.
Nothing. No word called reclamation is somewhere we want to go.
And then
I mean,
south
I'm-
was.
I'm also going to point out that there's, given everything else that we've run into, there's certainly a chance that the whole hub is taken up by this stuff. And we might just spend some time wandering around for no purpose. And you all have been the ones reminding us on a constant basis that time is important here.
Okay, thank you.
This is true,
There's-
but
Wait,
My-
wait. Okay.
my
You're
primary
currently right here.
concern has been timeliness and actually living long enough to see it.
Well, I can proceed quickly and unseen if you want me to scout ahead and see if it's there. I could report back, or we could all travel as a group, of course.
I think in particular the thing that we're heading south if we're going around this, because the other place that we might need to look in is the Scholar Hub.
This is true.
All right.
I think it would be best if we tried to go around first. If we go around and we have to cut through, then fine.
No, but you're right. If we have to go to the Scholar Hub as well, that's a
Yes.
maximum amount of birds and a minimum amount of stones.
All right, let's turn around and head south to the core market.
All right.
Redeploy then?
All right.
Check in for traps.
So it takes a while. This is not to scale. This is a general idea of a map.
Yeah.
So you're going to be traveling for a little bit.
Yeah.
As you head towards the southern changeover, you do find that the much more of the district constructed in your long rest that you took, and it seems that the Arbiter has been quite busy at his restoration project. Much of the streets are back in good. Buildings are back in good. Of course, there's still no people here. But it's almost even more eerie when the buildings are in good condition and still empty than when they're abandoned and shuffled around. But eventually, make your way to the southern door. This one doesn't have the dismembered body parts that you saw around the temple hub door, nor does it seem to have the fleshy stuff. It is same sort of standard of door as the previous ones were. Yeah, you can check for traps.
Any fleshy bits coming out?
Nope.
And it's just keeping an eye on the surroundings and see what's going on.
The same. No.
Assuming Grumman gives you a guidance.
I'm assuming Dad gives me a guidance.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. I shouldn't assume because you know what they say about that. But yeah, that's a 25.
Holly, do you have a specific time for a break?
I'm good.
All right. So yeah, so there does not seem to be any traps around the door.
Okay. And there's nothing weird kind of coming out the ends or the bottoms or anything like that. Okay, great. Because we'll try to open the door.
The door. You go over to the digital panel, or the non-analog panel, and begin slapping buttons.
As Scuzz is wont to do.
Turn. Turn. This one does seem to be locked.
Is
Great.
Locksmith still with us?
Yeah, locksmith's there.
No. I have one job.
Are you the $6 million man now? What was that?
11113
No,
11111
No,
Also
it was the
Batman,
sound of it.
apparently.
Was the
I
sound effect. I'm
appreciate
very
the
old.
reference. I very much appreciate the reference. I went to Batman, but it's equally old.
Yep. Scuzz will try to break the lock.
Look, some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
How do you want to get through it? Do you want to just like keep like brute forcing whatever the code is? Do you want to try to find the internal panels and rip out wires? What do you want to do?
Yeah, Scuzz will try to hotwire this lock.
Okay.
Can Gent try and assist with Tinker's tools and his very keenly engineering focused mind?
I don't know. Is Scuzz gonna let you?
Yeah.
Yeah, if Scuzz starts taking apart an instrument panel, yeah, Gen's gonna be the.
I'm
Gen's
just
gonna
not
be
gonna let
right
the
there.
NPC figure it out for me yet. If I
Fair.
Yet.
You don't want to turn on hint mode.
not yet. I'm cool with gentle gaming, but also I want to try first.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a Tinker's Tools check with advantage then, Gent,
Okay.
And
your
guidance.
with your intelligence.
Alrighty. Advantage. So we'll add a D4 to this.
Yes. I mean, if you're asking me, yes.
Check.
There's a bunch of 18s.
That's a total of flat 20. Dirty 20.
Yep. So with a flat 20, you manage to fairly close to the pad. You find a panel that looks like it's designed to come on. And with a quick application of a few fine tools, you manage to unscrew this metal bit and pull off a panel, revealing inside a very neatly ordered and like bundled series of wires. Scuzz, what would you like to do to these wires?
Oh God. Very unsettling.
Avert your eyes.
Yeah, Scuzz is going to start cutting wires and doing the hot wire thing.
Go ahead and give me a thieves' tools with advantage.
I'm waiting for the R2D2 moment where it just like something sparks and then flies backwards. Exactly.
That's a nat 20.
Scuzz makes the same noise.
Scuzz has been
Baby.
Scuzz has been literally like working on whatever this lock is. Not the lock. Yeah, the lock that lock
So you all
gave him, and then it's
yeah
Plus
the
2d4.
rudimentary. So yeah, there's a rudimentary analog lock that Scuzz has just been having no luck with, and so has put it on their hip, come over to this bundle of wires, and then with a level of dexterity that you all have seen very rarely from Scuzz, you watch as Scuzz looks through, reaches out. Well, no, because it's specific. Hang on, you'll see. Reaches out and with a slimmer knife that's normally used for. This is a knife that's normally used for bumping locks. Because it's more like a butter knife than a dagger. But with a slimmer knife.
Fancy butter knife.
Aren't all of Scuzz's knives butter knives technically?
You watch as Scuzz skins a couple of these cables to reveal the copper wiring inside. And then very quickly and very deftly disconnects a few of them, ties a few of them together, and then reconnects them back, sort of making almost like a butterfly figure in the cabling. And as they reconnect, there's a slight sparking sound, and the doors just slide open.
That was
Yeah.
great. That way to go, lad. Very nice.
Thanks.
Well
I've been
done, Buckets.
focusing, and now Skuz is going to try and fucking do this regular lock.
That was-
There, actually, there's a tap on Scuzz's shoulder first.
God damn it!
Guidance again.
I'm just trying to. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's the principle of the thing at this point. It's still not a nat 20. Anyway.
And Gent hands Scuzz a gold coin. Well done, Buckets.
Is it chocolate?
No, that one's money.
Why are you giving me money?
This is what we do, remember?
Are you paying me for my services?
That's your allowance.
Do I get double allowance? Are you my dad too?
You've got 2 dads.
No, it's more of an older sibling sort of thing, but you know.
Drummond is in the background, just goes.
I think you've just volunteered to be adopted by a bellmender, Gent.
Absolutely not.
Who is standing by Grummond at this point? Who is standing closest to Grummond, do you guys think?
Probably. Oh fuck.
It's definitely Sin. Grummond leans over and just says, "You all heard him say it, and he can't take that away from me."
I wouldn't dream of it.
Skuz pockets the gold coin, grabs Gin 10, like, come on, brother, let's go inside.
Brother,
A dad and a brother in one day.
But
brother,
And
Gent-
many in-laws.
Gent has been giving Scuzz money whenever Scuzz does something exceptionally well since like session 3 of this campaign.
No, welcome to the family. Can't
but
take
also
it.
I have forgotten.
That's
and now
okay.
Skuz is also have forgotten, and now he is taking it this way.
That's fine.
brother Gent has an uncomfortably monk vibe to it.
Skuz does pause and look up at you, and he goes, "Our uncle sucks," and then keeps on walking.
There's like the slightest pause in Gent's step. And he kind of gives a nod and keeps going.
You guys haven't even met Augment.
Other uncle.
Other uncle.
Oh,
the,
right.
The other uncle. The other uncle.
All right. So,
Congratulations, Gent. You're a honorary bellmender.
I am no
Congratulations
such
to
thing.
you too, Valdeth. That brings you in by association.
By marriage, yes.
so
I feel like I have less of a problem with this than Gent does.
Oh my god, that means Valdeth and
I don't have a problem
Titania
with the
are
concept.
my sisters-in-law.
I have a problem with my
is the
statements
best
being
day.
misinterpreted for somebody else's personal comfort and agenda.
You did expressly associate yourself as their sibling.
Mhm.
They are.
Am I the only person here who understands how the mechanism of adoption amongst noble families can and does work?
No, I fully understand.
No,
it.
I
I'm just
understand. I
amused-
understand it just well. Being also of a noble family, I just like fucking with you.
I'm just
know.
amused as shit and glad that it's not me.
You look down at Skuz, and Skuz like looks at me and gives you a wink. Like it's just a joke. It's a fun joke though.
Grummond looks at Sin and says, "Do you remember you're already an honorary member of the family on account of your financial investment in our business?"
That is no.
No.
Financial if I was a family member of everybody that I invested in, secretly or not,
Wouldn't the world be a grander place?
no, it absolutely would not.
Okay,
It would
well,
be
you're,
a much worse place.
you're still getting a Marduxmas card.
You don't know where I live, so I'm okay with that.
You're always with me in some dafty dungeon or something or other. Don't worry. All right, but I'll make you
Oh,
something
the
nice
level
for
of
dinner.
sadness that's going to be in your eyes when this ends and we finally go our separate ways.
Carmen, did you say
That will
Marduk?
power me for years.
Oh, I'll just be glad to bring a smile to your face then.
You do realize that he's literally a cleric of Marduk at this point.
Since when? I didn't know I would. Wait, now we've got more people impersonating members of Marduk's clergy?
No, he's literally a cleric
No,
of
he is
actually ordained as a cleric of Marduk.
No, it's an official. I got. Hold on. He pats down his pockets and eventually pulls out a tattered, much folded card. See, we got it when we were on. I can't remember. Tit Island.
I'm sorry, what did you call it?
Do you have a holy symbol, Grummond?
I carry him about in my hole.
I would like to go back to what you just called that island.
You know, the one named after the bosoms.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I heard you right.
Yeah, right.
Never mind.
What
He's
is my
he's literally been wielding divine power, Gent. Have you not noticed?
No, I haven't.
Listen, Gent, I'm not any happier about it than you are.
Gent, you've had a lot on your mind. It's all right.
No, but that was always my thing.
What?
I mean, it can still be your thing to impersonate a cleric of Marduk. He's just actually a cleric of Marduk.
Yes.
Well, yes, but it makes it a lot less effective when there's an actual one around. Especially
What?
one that's not exactly known for subtlety and deception.
Or on the other side, maybe it makes it better. Can grant you,
Little
An air
credibility.
legitimacy.
yeah, credibility, that sort of thing.
It does, as somebody who has impersonated a ridiculous number of clerics of a ridiculous number of faiths, I can say it does help to have someone on the inside.
You know,
All right.
am I supposed to have a holy symbol? I feel like I probably should. Maybe this.
Yes, they look like this! And Gent pulls one out from around his neck.
Hey, look,
just figured he
there's
just went
one
like
right
this.
there.
What does it look like?
What's the? Hang on.
It's in the Divinity Guide. Hang on.
Yeah. It is. I think it's like a fist grasping a
Yeah.
mug.
I think
Oh,
it was something
Grumman,
like.
Grumman definitely has a I mean, Grumman's always
Oh,
been a
yeah,
warrior.
His whole
yeah.
thing was a horn of mead grasped in a mighty fist.
Yeah,
Horn
Grumman-
of mead grasping
yeah.
a mighty fist.
That's
a
right. I
horn
think we actually
specifically.
established this. Grumman has a
Excuse me.
tattoo of it.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
established that night.
yeah. Grumman would actually have a tattoo. He had a tattoo of it somewhere else, but you would also have a more specific tattoo,
he does.
on one of your fingers. That indicates you as a finger of Marduk.
Yeah, because all of Marduk's priests are known as fingers.
That's right. Oh yeah, right. This one.
And actually, that tattoo can serve as a holy symbol.
Which finger is it?
Here, do you want it?
Whichever one you chose.
The process was very much a big burly Viking dude looked down at you and said, "All right, pick a finger."
Come on, you know the correct answer here.
Well, the problem is there's a funny answer, and then there's the one. It almost certainly is the index because that's the
Yeah.
one that's traditionally used for actually measuring fingers of drinks.
That's
So
You know that commonly fingers of Marduk have it on either their index finger or their middle finger.
And occasionally
There's
their ring
one.
finger if they're being like romantic about it.
you know, fuck it. He's got one on every finger because he couldn't decide, and he was very drunk.
yes.
Yes, yeah.
So
you've had-
Hands
so-
hurt
so-
for a long
your
time.
fingers are it's like an arm sleeve, but it goes over all 5 fingers instead of down your arm.
Well, he
Which-
already has the arm sleeves. That's where the
Yeah.
the geometric barley patterns are. But it's like you know when somebody's like has love and hate, except it's just Marduk.
Lots of Viking runes all over your fingers.
It's very hot, actually. Just over here, just having like a conniption, a thirsty conniption.
Have you looked at Marduk in the Divinity Guide, Nikki?
Don't, Nikki. We need you here and present. Don't do it right now.
I'll look later.
Just saying, you might
Do
enjoy
it,
what you see.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Linked in the handouts.
Welcome to
Always
Nikki's
here for the
podcast
chaos.
About which
I am always
characters
here for the
and
chaos.
NPCs that Nikki will smash.
I
Yes.
know the answer, but I
Spoiler
need
alert,
your
it's all of
your
them.
smasher pass on Marduk.
It's not all of them. Thank you very much. By like 98%.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
No,
fair.
I feel
That's
like
fair.
there are
That's fair.
very few of the creature of the entities in the guide that
that's true, but like,
I mean, Rethorb, maybe.
is a bit spiky.
so
Anyways, we walk through the tunnel.
Anyway,
I'm sorry, Demon
Rethorb
of
looks like-
Sin, smash.
Rethorb looks like the Iron Throne made into a person.
So we're going into the core market now.
so you head through the tunnel and find yourselves on the other side. This section of the town seems to be less destroyed than the core. There are sort of rows and rows of market stalls, all of which are currently filled with long. Just watching Nikki's eyes.
I was
now.
just waiting. I was just tracking the reactions.
I don't know which one that was for either. We'll get a list in a minute. Just like the stream just now becomes Nikki scrolling through the Divinity Guide, going smash or pass.
I mean,
Um,
I smell our first Patreon exclusive stream.
the market's lined with various market stalls, all of which seem to be filled with long decayed and forgotten materials. There's bits of cloth that have faded away, that have just dissolved with time. Bits of food and other perishables that thankfully have gotten past the rotting smell and are just now dust, basically in food shape. No sign of people or individuals. Also, no sign of any of the constructs that have been in the other ones. Not as destroyed as the residences were, but definitely as empty.
Gen's looking around for anything that is non-spoilable materials that might be worth scavenging.
Correct. Not correct. Also, same. Looking for like shops. If we're in the core market, there's got to be like Arcana shops or like even supplies that may have survived.
Looking for anything that looks like bar or place that might have recipes.
Anyone who wants to can give me perception checks.
Yeah.
Why not?
Guide myself if I remember how I do it.
Why did Scuzz give us a wisdom check?
To see if I would have Scuzz make a joke about having Gimp
Fuck
be his brother
yeah.
or not.
23.
Perception.
Perception. Click.
What do I
28,
perceive?
my
Probably
dude.
not much.
I
Yeah.
cannot believe you. I cannot believe you.
And you got a 19 on a natural one.
Well, I
Fucking
can't roll,
rogues,
I can't
man.
Roll, I can't roll less than a 10. but
I know.
Technically, I rolled a natural one.
Well,
That's a skill
Menders.
check, so natural
1
ones
and
don't
20.
autofail on skill check.
Well, also, they didn't actually roll a natural one because any roll less than 10 is treated as a 10.
Yeah.
Yep. Because
Don't worry.
it's a skill. It's a not
Yeah,
skill,
yeah.
but yeah.
Don't worry, I covered the natural one base.
From walks into a wall.
Oh no.
There's got to be something.
Finally paying attention to Vespia.
Oh.
Sweetheart, are you horny for me?
That would be the correct cosmic response to him making such a crude comment.
Aside from Ithram accidentally demolishing a building,
Oh no, he walked into an abs first.
sorry, I got distracted there. What all was everyone looking for? Vespia, what were you looking for?
This was just trying to keep an eye out for anything that would be out of place.
Okay. Gent, what were you looking for? Materials?
I was looking for materials or anything that looked like it was worthy of reclamation.
Vespia, nothing particularly out of place as far as you can tell, other than the fact there's nobody here. Again, you do see that there are a couple of stalls that look like they sell weaponry. The weapons are long faded and degraded, but there are a few what look like supply wagons next to them that might contain valuables.
He'll go dumpster diving.
Doesn't look like there's any forge or anything like that in the market. It seems like I mean, obviously there's a foundry hub somewhere else, so presumably things are made elsewhere and then brought here if you're looking for raw materials. Grummond, you were looking for bars?
Yeah, I mean, any place that looks like it might be a repository of knowledge, but specifically culinary knowledge.
Nothing here. The market seems to be more for the finished products. You do recall that you did pass a couple of places that looked like bars in the residential areas.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah,
Nobody let me go in.
This is less. Unlike the transient market, which has a lot of like here's a bunch of like tourist traps and things like this. This seems to be much more like bizarre setup, where it's just here's a place where you can come to get all your daily goods that you need and some extra stuff besides if you need specific thing. So
sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, barring that, I guess anything supplies that look like they would be untouched by time, tools or material. It sounds like not a lot of raw materials here.
Yeah, not a lot of raw material here, but there are a few crates. You do find a few crates and chests that seem to be locked and fairly sturdy still.
Okay.
Whether or not whatever's inside has stood the test of time, open.
Go ahead.
Valdeth, what were you looking for?
Val's mostly trying to get a lay of the land and try and figure out where things are and where the path east the easiest path east of the Scholar Hub would be.
You do get the idea that this place is a lot smaller than the other hubs, regardless of the size on the map here. Again, it's just approximation, not relative. The core market hub does seem to be much smaller.
Representational theater.
Yeah. Mostly it just seems to be this large bazaar, and then there are a few like storage houses along the far side. Like the storage buildings are the largest buildings. It looks like they're very clearly like they don't have like a sign or anything. They don't have like a "you store it" or anything like that on the side of it. But they are they're of a particular like sort of square build that just makes you think warehouse. So those are the big things that get your attention there. Skuz, what were you looking for?
Skuz was just looking around with everybody else. I don't think Nikki was distracted, so I just heard perception check and I rolled. So just looking where he is meant to be looking and not anywhere else, not at anything distractible or anything like that.
Who are your favorites?
Lad, where did you find pornography?
Not what you think. I only looked at I only said the 2 links. That's it. I didn't look at it anymore.
I didn't see.
It's not what you think, Dad. I'm only looking at it for the domains.
And that's Marduk, not Marduk.
Okay. I don't know how to spell these things, okay?
These are all original homebrew stuff.
Yeah, it's all the stuff that's linked in the handouts of the Roll20.
Oh shit.
There's a divinity guide in the handouts which has the actual like list of gods and images for them.
Believe me, you're gonna react the same.
Here,
Right.
let me.
Anyway,
I've linked in chat. Linked in Roll20 chat.
Oh my god,
Skuz
that
is
1E
looking for-
drawing of Marduk that you linked.
Right?
Oh my god.
Huh. Aspect of a lesser dragon of Bahamut.
God, I love the 1E illustrations, especially of fucking Modrons. If you have not seen the
They're
first edition
delightfully
drawing of
weird.
Modrons, please look them up. They're
Like-
incredible.
Literally, Nikki, every single deity pretty much in this book.
I'm literally that first reaction you got from me was from Dagoth, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry, everybody.
Uh-huh.
I'm such a heathen. I'm so sorry. Scuzz is looking where he's meant to be looking, and nowhere else.
Oh my god, the first edition Modrons are geometric shapes with hands.
Yes.
They're amazing. I love them so much.
The best is the Trijone, which is just a D4 that's
Oh.
gonna shank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you get to Marduk?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh, right?
Uh-huh.
And directly below the next one.
I've been playing too much Dead by Daylight.
Exactly, right?
I can't look. I can't. Y'all stop.
That is some straight up
I have to go
Hellraiser
save my
shit,
pizza.
and I am here
No.
for it.
If you should look at the bottom. You should look at the last one on the list, though.
Oh well, yeah, but that's convention.
Let's say Valkyrie is fairly conventional in that
There's nothing
regard.
wrong
Yeah.
with conventional, though.
There's not, but I'm sorry, there is no comparison between Valkyr and Rethorb. Rethorb is gonna make chains come out of the wall and do things that you will probably be able to see on Hulu next month.
Anyways.
what?
Hellraiser.
So yeah.
Oh,
New Hellraiser next month. Hulu.
Sen, what were you looking for?
Just generally keeping an eye out.
I don't know, Sen. What were you looking for with that?
So yeah. The mostly what you found is a couple of Grumman's found a couple of chests and boxes, and it's found a couple of supply wagons. Valdez spotted warehouses off in the distance, but everyone else is like it's largely just empty.
I definitely called those out, by the way.
So you're looking through those supply wagons. You get up. So you get up. Lots of long crates. You open them up. You find
Oh,
that
yeah.
go ahead and give me an investigation check, just as you're sorting through it. This is not
Okay.
strictly speaking. This is not perception based. It's not visual based. Vision.
Okay. So no advantage on this. 14. Meh.
Possible. I mean, Ithram would help because he didn't see shit. So if he sees Gent walking over, he'd help.
Okay. Nat 20 for 25.
I get to roll on a thing.
Ithram and Gent. PIs.
Name that detective agency.
Angel Investigations, obviously.
Okay. In that case, go ahead and
Minar and Volar. Investigation
Volar.
agencies.
someone roll me.
Manarvalar. Do, 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 do.
Jeremy's here. Do not do that.
That song. The thing.
Phenomena?
Yeah, it
It's a hard limit.
Alright.
legitimately it is. It's a hard line for me.
Did not know. Apologies.
No, you're good. You're good.
Hang on, I'm just making a few adjustments to the thing.
Okay.
How big? Well, we've already
While
fought a
John
horde
is,
mimic.
while Sin is making adjustments for things, how dare you guys enable my thirst? I'm trying my hardest to not be a hoe on stream.
I'm a good girl.
I mean, Marduk is a god of beverages, so he's got the cure for your thirst.
You got her again.
It's the quenchiest.
Ooh,
Okay.
I have a cup for that.
With the natural 20, I want everyone to roll me a D800.
D800.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What?
Jeremy,
356.
So close.
Wait, what are we rolling?
A
D800.
What happens if someone?
What?
Wow,
same
that's
one.
impressive.
What?
Jeez.
What the actual fuck?
One
That's
of you roll
terrifying.
again.
I got it.
I got a 559.
That was terrifying. No one rolled 666. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
That is kind of a bummer.
I'm a little bit number dyslexic, and for a second there, I was like, "Oh my god, I rolled the same thing again too." No, I didn't. But here's my "It's the Quenchiest" mug.
Also,
We
I
can't.
can't see it.
Can't
Yeah,
see
we
it.
can't
no.
see it
Your
because your green
background.
screen.
send
It
check
says
Slack.
"It's the Quenchiest."
Fantastic.
I love it. But also Marduk can get it. Anyway.
Right.
Oh, I'm so glad we shared a religion.
Not Marduk.
All right.
Marduk.
Oh no, like 1E? Yeah.
While I'm sorting through this information that has been given to me, that's where we're actually going to take a quick break. So, those of you that are watching live, just stay tuned for these commercial messages. And remember, when we take our break, you take your break. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you need to do. We'll be back in just
Please drink some water.
a few minutes. We're back.
A dinosaur
Dinosaur
story.
story. That time we were in sync.
Mm-hmm.
All
I was
right.
ready.
Yeah, on my end, Nikki was actually slightly ahead of you.
Yeah,
I
same.
had to
But
be
again,
for.
I
Yeah,
was ahead
yeah.
of everybody this week.
A dinosaur story.
Is that for
Thanks,
next week?
Internet Explorer.
No, I was just really late.
Okay.
All right. Let me. So we have
Solid
Mara. Has,
IE joke, by the way.
Mara has joined us. I have
Hi.
to read all the camera.
Yep.
But
Apologies.
We're glad you're
while
here.
you
Mara.
are sifting through the stuff in fly wagon, most of it's rusted, old, destroyed, degraded. You do find 2 spears, seem to be shaped though. Well, they're more javelin, like sort of a spear and a javelin. And so those 2 things.
And like mature adults, we spar for a second.
They both appear to be very well made. The javelin has a prominent spike on one end and a prominent blade on the other end. The spear tapers down to a spike on the other end and has a very flat, wide blade on the front end. Both of them seem to have. One of them seems to have like sort of a star design built just under the head of the blade, and the other one has like sort of an eagle built on. The one with the eagle is gold with red leather wrapping, and the other one is sort of a steel color blade with a bright red tip, and with blue wrapping.
Okay. 1 second. I need to.
They seem to be in quite good condition, considering relative degradation of everything else that we found.
I need to roll a d6 really quick. Okay, cool. It means I have all the charges in the gauntlets. I'm gonna I'm gonna cast Identify on them, and I just have to roll another d6 twice. Okay, so that one I use 1 spell slot, and one of them gets used from the gauntlets.
Which one are you wanting to?
The
Javelin
eagle
or the
one.
spear?
Which one's the
The spear is the one with the.
So then, yeah, the spear.
Oh, I'm still. Fuck! I got distracted.
Sorry.
Okay, Ludo, how do you feel about rocks? Summoning the rocks. Sorry, this is the sound. that you made.
Ludo. The only
Oh,
Ludo
this
I
is-
know is from Star
like
vs. the
it.
Forces of Evil.
The only Ludo I know is character disc.
Smell
joke.
bad.
All right.
Oh, so Mara, you missed Skuzz butterfly nodding a instrument panel to open up the tunnel door.
I rolled a nat 20 and it was magical, and then immediately turned to my fidget spinner lock that I was given and still couldn't unlock it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Also,
Well done.
Gunta's a bellmender now.
No, he's not.
Wow. Is it
All
official?
right. You now have.
What
You
happened?
now have the Ithram. You now have the peregrine spear.
Okay.
Yeah, he
Iron
does.
Spear.
Gent identified himself as an older sibling figure towards Scuzz, which then, by transitive property, made him
Yeah,
a
it makes
Bellmender.
you. Yeah.
It's not at
that's
all
true.
how
Every-
adoption works. and it was
Everybody
ma-
else gets it.
and it was a metaphor and an illustration. And
it'll be at the-
even
it'll
if
be
it was
towards,
official, you
if
could
you
be
haven't found
somebody's
it-
older sibling, but not the parent of their adopted father, or not the child of their adopted father.
Doesn't
if
mean
you haven't
Grumman
found
is
it
any
yet,
less happy.
it'll be towards the top of the magic item.
I was looking at the wrong one. Peregrine Spear. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. And then yeah, the other one Ithram identifies as well.
Right next to Peregrine Spear. Meteor. Sorry, meteoric javelin.
Meteor.
Meteor than what?
So
Meteoric.
anybody else incapable of thinking anything other than that paleontologist's TikTok whenever they hear the word meteor?
I don't know what TikTok you're referring to, so yes, I am more than incapable of thinking of that.
It's the one with the paleontologist who dresses up as God by putting a paper towel on her face. I'll link it. We don't have to take time.
No,
with it.
please describe it. This is better.
It's a conversation between God and an angel, and
Uh-huh.
it's like, hey, did you go ahead and give the dinosaurs more muscles like we talked about?
Mhm.
And the angel goes, what? And God goes, yeah, I told you to make them a little meteor. And it cuts back to the archangel, and the archangel's like,
Oh, fuck.
meteor. And it cuts back to God, and God is like, meteor. And it cuts back to the archangel, who's now looking panicked and goes, meteor. And it cuts back to God, who's literally crying and just goes, meteor. It's
I love
really
it.
good. It's really good.
Okay.
She's
cool.
really funny. Highly recommended.
I should not get on TikTok. It would be bad.
It's bad for me.
That reminds
It's a
me of
hellscape, don't do it.
one of the Deep Dark Dream sketches.
So yeah, that's what you have identified. Ithram, if you'd like to share with the class.
Yes. So since he identified the Peregrine Spear first, doesn't require attunement.
Either of them do.
Yeah, neither of them do. Speak a command word, cause it to soar through the air, straight towards the target, and build momentum. Whether you hit or miss, spear flies back to your hand at the end of the attack. For every 5 feet that it travels before hitting the target, if it hits, it does an extra 1d4 piercing damage up to a maximum of 12d4. Not usable again. Not usable again until the next dawn. So Ithram is going to kind of just like we fight with it, and then he identifies it while we're fighting with it, and then he goes, "Wait." Hands it over to you.
Sets it down. Okay.
You go a bit farther away than me. I think you would find the most use from this, and then he's going to go over that with you.
Cool.
And then so trades, and then
They're both in your inventory. They're both in every.
With
Yeah.
no
Yeah, if
trade.
yeah. And then the next one, it's a meteoric javelin.
Meteor.
Has 3 command words. Can only be used once until the next dawn. Can make there's orbital maneuver, can make a ranged attack with a javelin and miss. Oh, when you make a ranged attack with javelin and miss, speak the command word and repeat the attack against a different target. And you can make that attack as if you were standing in the original target space to kind of like increase the range, I guess. Recall. While it's within 120 feet of you and not being held by another creature, it can use bonus action to speak the javelin's second command word and have it fly to your open hand or fall to your feet. And then satellite crash is speak the third command word, it will hover around or throw 120 feet into the air where it hovers and follows you, and then use a bonus action on a subsequent turn to speak the command word again and cause it to plummet down in a fiery blast within 120 feet of you. Make a ranged weapon attack. The javelin flies towards the target, ignoring disadvantage imposed by long range or target, possible instances of cover. And it takes an extra 2d6 piercing damage. Hit or miss, the javelin creates a flaming impact. Target needs to make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw. Takes 66 on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. And if there's not 120 feet of space above you, or you don't speak the command word again within 1 minute, the javelin falls harmlessly back to the ground, to a random location within 120 feet of you.
Awesome.
Throwing weapons.
Yeah.
And one of them is a fucking nuke.
One of them is a railgun, one of them is a nuke.
Right,
One of
exactly.
them is a railgun, and one of them is an orbital rod. There's a difference.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Someone say rail? Sorry, just
I mean, we also said rod. We also
Yeah.
said
That orbital rod, yeah.
anyway.
Um,
Cool.
It's, one of them is an RFG attack.
so Ithram explains when we get back to the group.
one is
what we
everyone
found.
line up alphabetical order. The other one is to whom it may concern.
And is that satellite crash thing like a once per day thing, or
They all are.
Yeah,
All of them are, yeah.
all three of the command words javelin are
once per day? Okay, cool. Oh yes, I see that there. Okay.
Now, is it each one is once per day, so you can use all three at
Yep.
Rad. Hell yeah.
So you could technically use like satellite crash, then orbital maneuver, and then recall to bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, if you miss the target that you're making the range attack against with satellite crash, you can just use orbital maneuver to try to hit something.
Amaze balls.
I already
So
have.
Gen's got a spear on his shoulder now.
Has Gint ever missed?
Yeah.
Gant is holding the
Hardly.
holding the peregrine's not the javelin.
Yeah.
Or,
Yes.
Yes.
Gen's got
Oh,
Gen's
that's
got
right,
the
that's
peregrine
right.
sword. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Which you can still throw.
Yeah. Mhm.
I mean, we could just like hand him both of them at the same. Like, all right, here you go. Just keep throwing things.
Oh yeah, they're neither of them require attunement, so theoretically anybody can use them.
Yeah.
We can
Mhm.
share them around as needed.
Yeah.
We can share our toys.
Right, see?
yeah, so that's what you find in the supply chests. In the supply
Awesome.
carts, there are also Grumman has also identified a couple of locked chests.
I got it, Dad.
I know you do, son.
I would like to unlock all of those chests, please.
Go ahead. Make me a sleight of hand checks. I mean,
How
3
many?
sleight of hand
3.
checks.
Does
One.
do you
Or
want the
Steve
javelin as well, or does anybody else particularly want the javelin? Because Ithram doesn't have very many weapon proficiencies, so and javelin is not among them. Neither is
not?
spear. No.
Javelins are simple weapons.
Javelin's a simple
It's a
weapon. If you have
simple
I was gonna
weapon.
say
You
javelins and
should
spears
have
are.
it.
Oh yeah, right.
Wizards do not
Wizards-
have.
I was gonna say
Oh.
wizards though. Right.
Wizards
Yeah.
have
Yes.
specific.
Oh,
yeah.
wizards.
Yes, wizards are not meant to have weapons.
There we go. Hey.
It's
That's
just the
fair.
fact that you're a
You have the
hobgoblin and
apps
thus
for
have
them.
weapon
I do have
trainings.
javelins. Yeah.
Oh yeah, javelins are.
Druids
Oh
get
yeah,
them weird.
Are-
Tanya's get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to click it.
28, 20. Nope. 28, 30, and
But I have this. already.
32.
I'm good.
Yeah, I feel like now that I have Sacred Flame to use if I'm not in range, it seems.
Yes, yeah.
So yes, you unlock all 3.
If you're offering.
Um,
My action economy's already eaten up so much with just my samurai abilities.
Scuzz just
Let's
runs
be a-
by, taps
make-
his hands against the
I'm-
chest.
I'm
And you
sorry,
can
I'm
do
so
a-
busy being anime.
You can do a fireball, basically. It's like a.
My fault. My fault. I'm so sorry. All right. So inside those three.
I mean, meteoric javelin is a pretty anime weapon.
Oh yeah.
So you don't find mostly you find stacks of paper. In all three, these seems to be like this is like sort of some sort of repository of marketplace. That most of the paper in them is destroyed beyond ability to use or recognize. However, you do find that there are that seem to still be in.
Great. Scuzz is flipping through all these, and it's just like these receipts. These receipts are a little hard to read. This is one about copper. The merchant and this person don't like each other very much. Anyway,
Very nice.
Thank
Solid
you.
reference. Proud of you.
Thank you.
Why is it written in a clay? Why is it written on a clay tablet?
He did a fine job getting those chests open.
I know. I'm the best. And Scuzz then holds his hand out to Kit.
Wait, for what?
To Gint. Holds his hand out to Gint.
Oh, to Ghent. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Very good.
yeah. 2 more gold.
3. There are 3 chests.
Yes, but it was one job.
The Vespia will hand another gold. Discuss.
Thank you. I know my worth.
He used to only give you silver coins, by the way.
I know my worth. Did I stutter?
Vespia give you gold.
Yes, thank you.
None of these chests are quite as impressive as Vespia's, though. So
So yes, there are three scrolls of parchment that still seem to be in.
Scuzz brings him out and brings him over to Ithram, and then he's saying to Ithram, Vespia's chest is priceless.
Oh, all right.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
He
I
doesn't.
think he's not. Scuzz
Yeah.
is saying this with a straight face.
Ithram is just wondering how he made that leap into. I found these in a random chest. Vespia's chest is priceless.
Don't ask about
Look.
Yeah, he's not.
Carlos
He's not gonna.
logic.
Yeah, no, he's not gonna. He
The
knows
train
better.
Is this
on
is this in
Scuzz's head is not on rails at all.
Little bit of a non sequitur, but I guess.
is this in Goblin? Because I feel like Ithram don't Ithram and Scuzz like chat in Goblin pretty consistently.
Occasionally, it's been a minute since like
You know
we've
what? You know,
like
yeah,
vocalized it, but yeah.
Yeah, I think Scuzz might have mentioned this in Goblin. Just like, hey, your fiance's chest is priceless, because it does come out of an actual chest, and Scuzz is talking about like an actual chest.
I love how
And-
Scuzz still refers to Vespia as his fiance, even though
Yes.
he's been corrected.
Yeah. So you all just see a confused look, mostly from where this is coming from. Then he goes, "Oh, okay." And Goblin back to him. I'll look these over.
There's so many things that Scuzz has just said that Ithram was like, we don't have time to go over this.
He knows well enough to that whatever intentions you had were good.
They're very good. He's a good boy.
Yep. But yeah, he'll look through these scrolls to see what, if anything, they are.
2 of them seem to be blank at the moment. One of them is much shorter than the other. One of the blank ones is much shorter than the other one, and it has a large metal that it's attached to. And the other one has like a long series of lines on it, but no text or anything. The other one has what looks to be celestial text in this sort of like agreed bold font, and it's found around 2.
Okay.
The golden one feels warm to the.
Well, that's just a
So-
sort of heating blanket.
Yeah,
Wrapped up.
this is for when you read in the cold. You just wrap your original scroll in it. You keep it
Sort of-
warm while you read in the blizzard
Uh-huh.
or in the cold night in desolation. So there's two blank, one long, one short, and one that has celestial filigree on it.
Yes.
Okay. Which one had the lines, the long or the short?
Long one.
Has lines. And would I need to cast identify to figure out like if these are like scribable or
Yeah, sure.
okay, or would it just be an Arcana check?
Has to identify anything about them that.
Okay.
Also, make an Arcana
Well,
check.
yeah, I'll on the blank ones I'll do an Arcana and then I'll actually identify the Celestial.
So which one? What are you
13
doing
and
first?
27.
Which one was-
Short one 13, long one 27, and then
so you could probably scribe on them, but both of those tell you that they have some inherent magic in them already.
okay. Then just for and then out of the gauntlets again, casting identify on the celestial scroll.
You identified the scroll of the new dawn in your magic items list.
Ooh.
I feel like
Well, that's
Cold Night.
cool.
I feel like Cold Night and Desolation is like Ithram's jazz album. Just a picture of him in like a shades and a like a suit jacket but no shirt playing saxophone on the cover.
Jacket's
See it?
definitely unbuttoned.
Yeah, Sea of Dunes behind him.
Mhm. Also, this is a very small, minor thing. I went down a rabbit hole to try and figure out what the name of the wooden bit or the metal bit of the scroll that Sin was describing. They're just called handles. You're welcome.
There we go.
Oh, handles.
But Scroll of the New
handles.
Dawn, basically, you take a minute, you
Yeah.
read the scroll, uses up the scroll, and gives the recharge to any magic items within 20 feet. They
I
get the
do.
charges that they would
Get on a dawn.
that they would get at dawn. But if you're
This is pretty
attuned to
useful.
an item, you take
No,
1d4
to be
radiant.
clear, they regain all expended charges, not just the amount that they would regain at dawn.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
So they're fully recharged. Anybody who's attuned to an item in the light takes 1d4 radiant damage for each charge regained, which ignores resistance and immunity. Legendary items and artifacts are unaffected by the light, however.
Notably, if you're attuned, it doesn't matter if you are in possession of the object or even in the light itself. You
Right.
still take
You-
that damage.
You take the damage regardless.
Yep.
So basically, if you need to recharge your shit, you can, but you'll pay in blood.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
while we're
Mild
waiting,
sunburn.
two more charges out of the gauntlet to cast identifying the other two scrolls. Long one.
By the ledger scroll first, which is now in your inventory.
All right, and he'll go over everything with everybody as he.
Yeah, that's why I'm just adding it to everyone's journal.
Yeah.
So whoever wants to read it. I will.
So when
My
you
throat hurt.
when you read the scroll, you choose a trigger centered on a point that you can see within 30 feet, and up to 5 pieces of information to be recorded when that circumstance occurs, and that sets up an invisible sensor at the point. Whenever the circumstance occurs, scroll unfurls and magically scribes the specified piece of information in the one line. They could record details about the triggering creature. It can track basically just pieces of information that are scribable that occur in the point that's listed. So it's kind of like a surveillance scroll. And it's 60 inches long. Each line of information takes up an inch. When the last of the parchment has been used, the effect ends and the scroll loses its magic, but the information remains. The sensor looks like an owl if anybody can see it, like using see invisibility or true sight. And it has a sensor has a passive wisdom of perception score of 15 in terms of for purposes of detecting triggering creatures or effects.
You can, in fact, sneak past the sensor.
Potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Like Scuzz would probably be able to just fine.
Scuzz literally could not fail to sneak past the sensor.
I could fail if I rolled the.
It's a fear, though.
Nope, never mind.
No,
No.
you cannot fail.
Short one.
It's too good.
You have identified the scroll of mapping.
Oh, maps? Somebody say maps? Maps?
Maps.
Scroll of napping.
Oh,
mapping.
Oh, fuck yeah.
This is the very rare variant.
the very, 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 very rare.
Very rare.
The very
Yep.
pair variant.
Yep. Use an action to read the scroll. The script on the page vanishes and becomes an inked map of the surrounding area. Area in a 1 mile radius centered on the point where you read the scroll, showing structures and topography. If you touch the map, there's a little bit of light appearing at your location to indicate where you are. You can also change the scale or the display of the map or the displayed portion of the area. Scroll isn't destroyed, but it can't be used again to create a different map. Since we have the very rare variant, the map is in color, also displays the names of large and small locations depending on the scale, such as name of the region, street, or nearby shop. You can also touch the map with an action and ask where a familiar person or place that you can name or clearly describe. And if it is somewhere that can be shown on the map, a little X pops up showing the location. If there's multiple marks with the same name or description, multiple marks appear. If the target is a creature in different form or can't be detected by divination, magic, or scrying, the map does not display its location. If the target's moving, the X follows the movements for the duration for 10 minutes. And then once this property of the map has been used, it can't be used again until 12 hours have passed. Ooh. So it's we've got an arcane Google Maps.
Well, you have the ability to read the scroll to make a Marauders map.
And to find my friend.
And yes. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Or enemy.
But I think based on the location, once you activate the map, that location is locked in.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. Once you read the scroll, it turns into a map of the 1 mile radius around you when you read it and stays that way.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we should hold on to that one for a while without reading it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Because I don't think we need to specifically map Coral Home.
No.
We have a map of Coral Home.
Yep.
Yeah.
We may want to map, the hellscape that Taram has been transformed into.
Potentially. Or we could use it for surveillance around our estate.
Or if we're having trouble locating a particular item.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Maybe
when we're in the grindy hellscape where the Tarask is and everything terrain-wise keeps shifting around.
I was about to say, I don't know how effective the map will be in the Hive of Ruin because the Hive of Ruin actively changes its topography regularly.
Yeah, but it'd be locked into that spot, and if the topography changes, potentially the map will change.
Yeah.
Need multiple uses.
Oh yeah.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Yes, this is what you find.
Nice.
Right. Nice.
Only thing's usable anyways. Everything else has long been degraded.
I wanna be degraded.
Craig, I don't know if you're actually in your chair or not, but all we can see is your...
Don't talk to me, my son, ever again.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm sorry. It's very late. I'm a little punchy.
Okay. As a monk, you usually are kind of punchy, which is
That's
fine.
right. That's why I play dumb characters this time slot.
I just play dumb characters.
Yes. Should we continue on to the Scholar's Hub then?
I'm ready to get into the Salazar. Sure. You had a frog, and it didn't sound like you said Scholars Hub, and I was just enjoying the goof, Brother Gint.
It makes him sound like a monk.
That's what I said earlier.
My brother in Marduk.
Titania, you see this guy's turn around, not being very subtle about it at all, and gives you a wink like, yeah, he's my new brother.
Shall we call you Gint Bellmender now?
Or Gint Bucket Bellmender.
Under absolutely no circumstances should that ever be said in my hearing.
Mr. Bucket Bellmender, sorry, that's not me. That's my father. Just call me Gint.
Just in my heart.
This is just tickling Nikki. It's really funny.
So
anyway, Scholar Hub.
You navigate your way through the empty place, largely unmolested.
Goodness. Okay. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Largely not.
Just that the word is like it was jarring. You're good. Let's go.
You find yourselves at yet another gate that connects the market to the Scholar Hub. Immediately can tell there's more of that fleshy stuff. In fact, it has completely overgrown the door.
No, I can't unlock flesh.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
So,
My autobiography, more of that fleshy stuff.
I can't unlock flesh.
Yet.
To head to for Mara's edification, there is this sort of dark, almost gray, like dark purple gray. It looks almost like mold or fungus, but has the consistency of flesh.
I've seen this in a video game, yes.
Black
right.
mold is really bad. It's hard to get rid of and also just really bad for your body.
It's previously experimented on, doesn't seem to resist enough to be cut. Like, but like trying to stab it or cut it, it kind of has the same effect of like you putting your hand into a waterbed.
Okay.
But it's also not. It still has some level of firmness that flesh does.
Okay.
But it doesn't have the rigidity of that.
You can burn it, you can freeze it, and acid eats through it, but it does start to grow back.
Sounds like a really weird bop it. Burn it. Freeze it.
But cutting it doesn't seem to be.
Even with my blade, I want to try that.
Yeah.
It's still same thing.
The edge can't catch, basically.
Weird.
And Sin determined that it's some sort of aberration origin.
Yes.
Oh, okay. It maybe it happened when we were fighting that thing. It like came over. That seems bad.
Well, this is two hubs. Oh, sorry, again.
Yeah, no, it seems the path is obstructed either direction.
Oh, two.
Wish I had blight. Is there
as we've come across the StarCraft creep, Titania, do you think your scythe might be able to clear some of this?
She literally just tried that.
Sorry, did you? Okay, sorry, I was answering a question for Jeremy.
okay.
Sorry,
that was my fault.
That's all
Thank
right.
you, by the way.
Yeah. what I could do around the gates, is there a way to, I have like stone shaped stuff right now. Is there a way to like basically sort of sidestep the tunnel, like sort of move the stone out
On
so we
either
can kind
side
of
of
go
the
around?
gate isn't stone, it's glass. And on the other side of the glass
Darn it.
is the darkness of the Abyssopelagic.
Okay. Cool. Well,
You don't notice any like severed body parts on this.
were there severed body parts around another one?
Yeah,
around
the first one, yes.
The first one.
The first one,
Okay.
had chum floating in the depths
Oh,
of
that's
the
right.
ocean.
Yeah,
Okay, that
yeah,
was
like,
that.
but it was some sort of sea creature, not.
Okay. Yes.
Short range teleportation still works in this place, right?
We have left the bounds of
Yeah, vortex work.
yes, short range. I have to be able to see for that.
Is someone able to do dimension doors multiple times to see if there's anything on the other side of that?
I can face step over there.
I
have to
don't
be able to
remember how
see.
it worked. Does
Scuzz has
astral
one.
astral jaunt would help us or no?
So teleportation, was that for the
Astral Jaunt.
teleportation
Astral
ban?
Jaunt is astral projection, isn't it?
Yeah,
That was for
You don't know if astral projection will work.
but I don't mechanically I don't remember. Does that let me see? I'm just straight up in the astral plane at that point.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
It's like
that astral projection like sends you to the astral plane
so
rather than
that
to the
wouldn't
ethereal
help
plane.
us anyway.
Yeah.
that teleportation like exit ban was that was Coral Home as a whole, right? Not just the
Correct.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was only for like long range teleportation in and out of the city, right?
And also through the glass.
Yeah, so like you should be able to like teleport inside the city across barriers.
Critically. There's no law there's no law you've deciphered against.
Yeah. Could attempt to take us directly across.
Actually, you know what? Hang on. I'm gonna do a thing. Valdeth will step up to the edge of the flesh wall and tremor sense and see how far this thing sits on the stone.
Weirdly, cannot sense past the flesh.
As in, it subsumes the stone, like.
As in, like the vibrations you would normally like feel tremor sense through, sort of just get absorbed by it.
Since past the flesh, my fucking Gary Newman cover.
I can try and kill this stuff if it's a creature. Something.
Personally, I have a
has
feeling that we're going to need to open a door, actually get a visual on what this thing or things or stuff is, and determine whether or not it's going.
Can't that fancy goggle headset of yours look through solid objects for a bit?
Indeed.
You can see through the other side of this thing. Maybe see how thick it is.
I can certainly try, but I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sen. Weren't the doors thick enough that we'd already tried that before? And
I don't think you've tried it on any tunnel door.
Okay.
I might be wrong.
Yep. Can penetrate 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, or up to 3 feet of wood and dirt.
Definitely.
Yeah, these things are too thick for.
Yeah.
But the flesh is like neither. Is none of those things.
Well, yeah, but the door is.
Yeah.
Does it look like the door here is closed?
Or has the flesh forced it open?
The flesh has like covered it in large portions. You can see you can still see the metal.
Right.
And it seems to still be closed.
Yeah.
Has anyone tried casting a damage spell on this thing or not?
Not yet. We've just been
should do
hitting it with
that.
weapons.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
I'll just do a
Start small or start big? Well, medium.
See if it reacts to a cantrip at all, and like.
I don't have damage cantrips.
I have those in droves.
Okay. Go ahead.
How do you not have Toll the Dead?
Because I don't.
That's fair.
Same reason
I
I don't have
mean-
prestidigitation.
We're just asking about
I can-
magic in general, right?
I can.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can.
Yeah,
Firebolt.
Eldritch Blast.
there we go.
There you go.
Hit it with Eldritch Blast.
Stab it with
A
green
bit of
blade
the
blade.
a bit of the flesh just splatters away from the Eldritch Blast. You do then, all of you feel the ground shake as the flesh writhes and begins to regrow, and there is just this very distant scream, not maybe scream, maybe some large beast wailing. It's hard to tell.
There's a beast wailing. You know, not beast wailing. Whale sounds very lovely, soothing. Bestial anguished cries. I feel would sound.
All I'm hearing, I understand what you're saying. All I'm hearing is flames on the side of my face.
That's
Flame-
a
flame.
flames.
Heaving, breathing, heaving breaths.
I'm not gonna lie, that's been my go-to gif for the past like two weeks. And everyone's like, "So Nikki, how are you feeling?" Flames.
Yep.
Flames on the side.
Well, we've pissed off the Cerebrate.
Good.
Ah, fuck.
Sorry.
Where's our fucking Dark Templar?
I could take a level in Paladin. Sure, this is fine.
Instead of Firebolt, Ithram would have used Discharge, because that's the one thing that we haven't tested on it yet to see how it reacted.
Electricity?
Yeah.
No reaction to it.
Oh.
Cool.
We could try Radiant.
Uh,
Also,
we
I'm having
I-
a Nikki
I-
moment now that someone's mentioned Madeline Kahn.
Worth noting again. When it took damage from the Eldritch Blast, the ground shook and you heard it scream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most significant reaction so far.
Just in case that got lost in the Madeline Kahn jokes, like
Mm-mm.
you guys are like, I'm gonna continue experimenting. There was
Nope.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
We are
I
now
mean-
fucked.
If we've already angered it, may as well take advantage of some time and find out what can hurt it the most, eh?
We are not fucked and not. We're now fucked and not in the fun Marduk way.
I'm just not wanting to get left out. I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on it.
Go for it.
Some more of the flesh burns away. The ground shakes even harder this time.
29
like
radiant damage.
this.
Jesus. 7, 7, 7, 8.
Oh yeah, I guess I should roll. Does it matter if that I didn't
you-
roll damage?
It doesn't matter, but you can roll if you want.
Oh,
Great answer.
Always great. Always great.
See,
So-
we're learning.
I will roll a d10 4 times, cause for my pointless damage, just so I can roll dice.
Some episodes we roll a lot of dice, some episodes we don't roll. How it rolls.
I mean, Valdeth will like.
I did
Try a
20.
thing.
I did 20 useless damage.
Valdeth will try a thing and see if it reacts to thunder damage by just sort of focusing for a second and using NP.
Seems to completely absorb.
Okay.
See? Useful.
All right, well, we've obviously annoyed something to an extent. Do we think continuing to attack whatever this is?
Everyone make a perception check.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Choice?
It's
Visual
sort of
or not?
No, auditory.
Okay.
I believe we may have just
10.
13.
Dirty
Oh.
20.
No
What's the
insane.
4?
25.
6.
So everyone except for Vespia hears coming from the tunnel and getting louder.
Brace for contact.
We'll move away from the door.
What now?
Hello.
And at about that time,
Something's-
from the sort of the fleshy, dark mold stuff, several long, pointed tentacles just erupt and swipe. I need all you to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh.
Dexterity saving.
Why you do this to
throws.
me, game? It's my good
Five.
save, and you roll a
All right,
9.
all right. 18's
I
not
saw
bad.
Ithrim's score and I thought that was me. I was like, a 13, a 13.
You would have to roll
25.
a natural 1
Yes.
to do that. I, on the other hand, have to roll a 10.
All right. So,
The
Valdeth,
spec flips out the
Valdeth
way.
failed. Titania failed.
Of course.
Vespia succeeded. Gent Scuzz succeeded. Ithrim failed. Drummond succeeded.
How much damage does this thing take from my abs?
So, if you failed, the tentacles wrap around you, and the tip stabs into your neck.
I've
Okay.
seen,
no.
I've
That's
seen
fun.
this episode of Futurama. It was a whole movie.
Those of you that succeeded, you jump out of the way. So those of you that failed, as the tip stabs into your neck, you take 23 points of poison damage that ignores resistances.
How dare?
Sorry.
No concentration
rude.
poison.
And you feel your body beginning to go numb.
Cool. Fun.
What about
It-
immunity
it-
to poison?
Yeah, does it ignore immunity?
It does not ignore immunity. It only ignores resistance.
Sweet. I
How
am immune.
dare?
You still take the
To poison.
yeah. So yeah, you wouldn't take any damage of the damage because
Sweet.
it's poison damage.
So
Do
it
I-
sticks you and you're like, sick.
You
Do I-
however, all also take an additional.
Do I become
Uh,
numb?
You all do addition. You don't become numb, but you do take 20. But you all also take 27 bludgeoning damage. That's just from the crushing force of the tentacle.
There's a
Is this-
giant
Oh.
angry
So it's not
Ivysaur
magical?
behind the door.
It is considered magical for purposes of damage.
Is this
Okay.
evasion
So,
help?
Evasion. Just the dexterity save made sure you didn't get grappled, so you don't take any
Okay.
damage. That's just the people. Just the people
Okay.
that got grappled and stuck.
Okay, gotcha.
so it's how much bludgeoning, and then
So
was there a
27,
save for the
27
poison or no?
bludgeoning. 27 poisoning. There is no save of the poison. 27 bludgeoning, 23 poison.
And
It's
we
just
all took the
part of the
poison.
damage.
Or
Anybody that got jabbed.
Okay.
Anybody that
Yeah.
caught. So
got
that
it.
would
So I'm
be-
good.
And that would be Ithrim, Tanya, Valdeth.
27 and 23. Or 27 and 28.
27 and
27,
23.
23.
23 poison, 27 bludgeoning. There's no save because right now it's just flat damage. There's not, you feel you're beginning to go down. There's no condition on you yet. And Tanya's immune to the poison part, but does bludgeoning.
Cool.
So yeah, the three of you are grappled as as the other tendrils are sort of begin waving wildly, trying to grab on anything that's nearby.
Okay. That's bad.
Gent's gonna try and shoot the tentacle that has Titania.
All right, go ahead. Attack roll.
Okay. Oh, good.
Mystical blade.
22 to hit.
22 hits.
18 piercing damage. Ignores magical for the purposes of overcoming resistance.
Yep. You put a bullet in the tendril. It's still holding Tanya.
Shoot it again.
Attack roll.
Maybe. 26 for 15.
15. The tentacle splits and drops to Tanya.
Sweet.
Am I
Uh,
considered restrained or just grappled?
Would be considered restrained. It's holding.
Cool. Well, I'm still gonna make swings at it.
Can I try to chop through the ones holding as well?
Vespi is gonna grab the one that's holding Ithram and try to do Rusting Grasp on it.
What does Rusting Grasp do?
Ooh.
It's acid damage. It's a touch attack. And okay.
It's a melee spell.
Beat right
31
back.
and a 16.
11.
16 misses, 17 misses Valdeth, but the 19 hits. 11 misses.
The 31 hits, I assume.
31 hits, yes.
12 points of damage.
Ignore all the extra damage. It's just 10 slashing, 3 radiant, and an extra 1d10, an extra 1 radiant.
Yeah. So yeah,
26.
Between is that 26?
26.
Okay, yeah.
14 plus
so
12.
it's
Yep.
still holding Valdeth. So you have done a bit of damage to it.
I'll flurry of blows if I can.
Scuzz gets
17. Jesus.
Can Scuzz flank with Vespia on one of these tentacles?
21.
Yeah, you can go flank with Vespia on the one that's holding it from.
15 more magical damage.
Okay, so you managed to break open the tentacle.
Gonna roll with advantage. Stab this thing next to. Yep. Do this amount of damage.
Nice.
Yeah, you blast over
41.
the tendril holding it from. So you free the 3 that have been captured. As those 3 tendrils sort of like break and fall apart, you watch as the bit of meat that was left behind just sucks back up into the mass on the door, and 3 more tendrils just explode out to, as they all make another swipe for those of you that are still nearby. Sin, were you staying nearby, or did you back the fuck?
Oh no, I backed way the fuck away.
Yeah,
Are
we
you
back.
kidding me?
Yeah. Mhm.
So everyone except for Gint and Sin needs to make another dexterity saving throw.
Can Scuzz push Ithram back?
Yeah.
No, you don't have
can
time.
ve-
when
you
we,
don't have
when
time.
we
to
hit
cut
the
into that
ground,
tendril.
can we not roll away?
You don't have time to get far enough away.
Bummer. I rolled the same number.
My dice are apparently just going to have me keep getting caught in this thing because I can't roll above a fucking 10.
18 save or no?
18 saves.
Nice.
Hey, 19
So
saves.
Grumman gets out. Ithram gets away. Guz gets away. Tanya, Vespia, and Valdeth all get caught again. Again,
Yep.
tendrils right into the
Oh my
neck.
god.
This
I definitely
time, Valdeth, the only one that's going to get the poison the second time, make a Constitution save.
Oof.
Do I have advantage on this?
No, because it ignores yours.
Cool. Fucking. This is going to be great.
This is
9.
This is
Oh.
this is a cosmic venom thing. It's a little bit. It's not a thing that your body has grown accustomed to resisting.
This isn't normal poison. This is worm tainted poison.
Also, I imagine Vespia getting the tentacle and Valdeth not getting it, not Valdeth, Ithram not getting it. Is Vespia literally pushed Ithram
That's what.
away?
Yeah, I picture she tried to push him away.
Yeah.
Titania, Vespia, and Valdeth all take 14 bludgeoning damage. Valdeth and Vespia take 16 poison damage. Vespia, you begin to feel your body going numb. Valdeth, your muscles are starting to lock up. You imagine that one more dose of this might leave you in a pretty bad.
Doesn't fucking matter because I can't fucking avoid it, can I?
I'm
I'm gonna vortex warp. Sorry, Vespia first.
That's fine.
All right.
So she just gets
That was a
yanked out.
loaded way to say that.
Well,
Yeah,
I
thought you were going to
no,
go
I-
for one of the other.
exactly. Yeah.
No, I was talking Mara. That's fine.
It did.
That was said
That
in the
was
way
not-
of that is perfectly acceptable, and I will remember this at your least expected moment.
No, that's not what I meant. It didn't come out right.
That was said with the all the implication of, oh, that's all right, bless your heart.
Yeah.
You grab Vespia magically and teleport her away.
No, that's better. I'm going to reach up to Valdeth and cast Lesser Restoration. You can end one disease or one condition. Condition be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. I want to try and neutralize whatever this stuff
Seems
is.
to have had no effect.
Damn it. Okay. Just gonna mark that one off then. That's my
Continues to
action.
try to cut herself free as things continue to grab her.
Have we
18
had
the
a
18 hits.
long rest? I thought we did.
Yeah, we just
You did have
finished.
a long-
Okay, thank you.
That much damage.
That's enough to break free. Blasted away. Strikes.
No run.
I assume you have a move action?
Apparently last time it was too fast for me to even move, so I don't know.
But sorry, what's everyone else doing?
Against shooting the tentacles that have Titania's still stuck?
Oh, Skuz
Yes.
is attacking the one for Vespia.
Well, I already got
No,
her
Vespia's
out.
out.
Vespia's
Vespia's
out.
free.
Is Titania the only one who's currently trapped?
I think so.
Is Titania still trapped?
No, Titania's no longer trapped. But no.
Oh, okay. All right.
Uh,
Fighting retreat then.
Run!
right, yeah. So now you guys can definitely run this time. Now that you're expecting it, you get out. There's enough. Basically, there's enough of you left that have actions. Did that quick enough.
Oh, I never took my long rest.
You all stumble, get away.
Mm-hmm.
As you get beyond a certain reach, the tendrils keep swiping for a little bit, and then when they stop hitting things, retreat back into the map.
Well, that's going to complicate things a bit. Locksmith,
A
you have
bit.
any idea what this is? Have you been around here long enough? No, you were stuck in a room, weren't you?
Yeah, no, I was in a jail cell the whole time. No fucking.
Never seen anything like it before.
I'm gonna hazard a fucking guess that it's also blocking the northern entrance into the temple hub, however.
I can try something.
We don't know if we haven't gone into the next
Experimentation
room.
is how we discover new knowledge, Sin.
So,
Or whatever form Sin is in.
sin has been sin this whole time.
Okay.
Since we entered the this hellhole that we're in underwater. Or no, that's true. Ever since the altercation
Right.
with Grumman. Now correct me if I'm wrong, because I was my attention was distant at the point that this is being related. But what planar things are forbidden?
Teleporting.
Nothing involving demi-planes, correct?
Teleporting out. Basically, any sort of escape from this reality, except, or the area that doesn't take you through the main entrance, except for demiplane.
Yes, basically anything that would create an extra dimensional space.
Or right,
Or
come in through the front door. You have to go out. Through the
All right, I need to ask you a clarification on this then. Banishment is not an escape, but it kind of is. And it puts you in a harmless demi-plane.
You've used banishment before,
Okay,
and it has worked.
I can try to banish this thing. That will give us a minute to get
Yeah.
past where it is.
good. I just have this prepared as well. We could both try it.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I've got a couple of bullets that can do that as well. Do we need to stack on a whole bunch, or?
Would it
You know,
do a banishment ritual on it?
I have banishment as well, if that helps.
Everybody.
Everybody who doesn't
it
have
can
banishment,
only-
raise your hand.
Grumman
can-
just like Mean Girls style in the back, sort of go hand up.
Valdez
can't
just
see your
looks
hand
again.
because-
God damn it, Craig, that fucking background. Because where your window is positioned in Zoom is just naturally where my eyes go the first time. It's freaking me out, man. Because I think you're pissed all the time.
Well, my dad is.
Just saying.
Dad.
Kind of getting in my head a little bit. Anyways, outside of that, the
I know,
only
I
thing
think
I can think of is finding out exactly what damage hurts it the most and doing a bunch of that from distance.
Try banishment
hope that
first,
it's
I guess.
necrotic.
See if it actually does something. I don't fucking know.
How about opening up a bakery and making like a round sugar-coated item with a hole in the center, and seeing if a Hertz donut will do anything. That was also
Unfortunately,
stretch, I'm sorry.
unfortunately, this isn't anything everywhere all at once.
I'm so proud of you. Oh boy.
Thank you.
All right,
I'm also
we
getting a
hit
little
it with
punchy.
banishment like 7 times simultaneously. It can only succeed on so many saving throws.
Everything banishment all at once.
Yes.
Okay.
So
So who's going first?
I will go first.
What's the DC?
DC is 22.
Seeds.
It's a charisma save, right?
Yep.
Correct.
Who's going next?
operations at ooze.
Gent will go next. It's a 19, not nearly as good as Sin's, but
7 fails.
Show off.
First banishment does nothing. Second banishment bullet hits and fires off. And the entirety of the flesh mass that you can see disappears.
Run,
Hey,
run,
quick,
run,
quick!
run, run.
Yeah.
Yeah, running toward the door.
You run to the door. It's still
Just goes
closed.
to the door and begins unlocking the door. Just doesn't even like.
Is there a
like,
keyhole?
It's not locked. You go up and you smack a
Oh.
button and it opens up. On
Okay.
the other side, there is a fairly clear and almost pristine corridor of underwater glass.
Run!
Gent-
We
Gent
don't know
take-
how long this.
Gent
how
takes
big
the
this
time
is.
to reload the gun to get himself
Yep.
30 foot teleported down the channel.
I am holding action on a banishment the second this thing shows up.
You run. You
Maybe we'll be lucky and it's extra dimensional.
You get
Just-
to the far door. You hit the
I would
button.
assume Grumman arrives first.
It opens. You see on
Probably.
the inside, most likely yes. You see on the inside the scholar hub. There are a series of like white marble, very clean like metal and stone structures here. There's like an open. It looks almost like the entire hub is basically like a university, with the way the structures are laid out, and there's some variety of like full. Most of the plants are dead. And at about this minute, at about that point, the minute ends, and there's a sound. And you realize that the flesh wasn't just on the door in the tunnel.
Yeah. Of course
Yeah.
not.
No, of course not. No.
The entire, what was a pristine, if the plants were a little bit dead, university and hub, is almost 100% covered in this fleshy mass. In fact, as it pops into place, you find your feet are kind of stuck in it at this point.
No.
Oh, okay.
And
Everybody jump.
you,
I thought we were going to be inside it.
you kind of are. Particularly because you see there are, in the flesh, there are lots of like bone-like structures that are forming gigantic things. That the most closely thing you can approximate to is like a rib cage, but it's a rib cage like on the ceiling, and like there's a whole row of giant teeth just stuck in the meat
Okay.
at certain areas. Some of
I
it's
did-
separated out. You
I
very
did
managed-
say I was
Okay.
holding for the next banishment.
All right. Saved.
Fuck you!
Rude.
19.
All right. Saved.
Rude.
19.
20.
Failed on 19.
Yes!
Why is it
Gent!
always dead?
20.
Flesh goes
Because
away.
it's already gone. You
No,
only have
already
an
gone.
active.
Already
gone.
You didn't
Dan
have-
Spanish took it away.
Run!
It's
Where are we
away.
going?
We're just
threw-
still running. It doesn't
Can
matter.
you cast fly on us?
No.
Are you
need to-
trying to run
I'm going-
towards the temple, or are you trying to run into a building? What are you trying to do?
Did-
Was the stuff inside
Temple,
buildings?
temple,
Could we
temple.
tell?
Temple.
Okay.
I mean, everything was covered in it, so you have no idea what the inside of the buildings look like.
Okay.
Boy,
All right.
we didn't have a conversation about this.
Nope.
How far away is the temple?
That's across
This
the
one.
hub. It took you a couple hours to get across the smaller core. Like,
Grumman is just fucking bolting.
I am going to hold on. I need to check a list of things.
each of these hubs is like a city.
Right. Gent's activating the Mage King's Greaves and getting his fly speed.
Okay.
And yeah, just it's only going to be 10 minutes, but hey,
Yeah.
we'll take.
I'm-
what we
Got
can get.
wings.
I'm burning key. So I'm going 195 feet per round.
Who is
Getting
all left around?
Way
me?
far ahead of the rest of the party, separated.
Hold on. I'm checking something.
People got mad at me when I stayed back last time.
So now you're gonna be far ahead.
Legitimately,
'Cause those are the only two options.
is Challenge Rating 2 really the highest level beast that
Yes,
flies?
flying beast. Are you thinking of mass polymorph or just
No.
regular? polymorph?
No, it's not. The
I don't
highest
have
level.
mass polymorph. Y'all are in for y'all can handle your own
Well,
shit.
I don't think it's the highest level beast that can fly.
Highest level
it-
flying beast.
It is. Quetzalcoatl is CR2. It's the highest.
That is the
Beast
dumbest
specific.
shit.
Well, that's
Yeah,
good.
polymorph. You have to be a beast. Yep.
Hang on.
Yeah. True polymorph? No. Mass
Right.
polymorph? Yes.
I'm about 5 seconds away from asking if I could be a dragon.
I just fly
Just in
us over
case.
there.
Yeah, exactly. It's a solution for everything.
Being
Turn
dragon
into a
is the solution
dragon.
for everything.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
hmm
Team Dragon.
Yep.
We don't like
We're
the
dra-
church. We don't like the church. The church won't let you fuck a dragon. It's Final Fantasy 14.
Okay.
I was gonna say, yeah. That'd be
I
real
mean, no, that's
confusing for anyone who
Heaven's
didn't
Word.
have
Yeah,
context.
that's Heaven's Word. Yes, the church won't let you fuck a dragon.
The church is wrong.
The church is wrong.
Just wrong.
Don't know what's happening.
Memes.
Also-
Very stupid
also no.
memes.
I guess I'm I guess I'm a fucking dinosaur then.
No, join me in
No,
giant
wait,
fly.
because a huge beast is not going to make it through like doors and shit.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Large, you know what? Just because I think it's really funny, I am polymorphing myself into a giant canary.
Oh my god, I love this.
Large creatures can carry 2 medium.
All right, everyone,
Yes.
keep your eyes on Sin. If he dies, we'll know something's wrong.
There's a leak.
We've got methane. There's fire damp down here.
Yes, I am so in on this.
All right.
No open flames, lads.
So you're all just bolting in random directions. Where are you going? Are you going to
No.
the
I'm
temple hub?
flying.
To the north.
To the temple.
We know
We're
where
heading-
Like
to
I
go.
said,
Go into
Trying
the
to head
temple.
towards the temple district.
All right.
Go
I am
into
picking
the
up somebody.
temple.
I'll pick up
All right.
Scuzz,
So,
I guess.
A minute will pass before you can get there. Except for maybe Grummond.
Grummond unlocked his Naruto feature and
Uh,
is
and-
arms back.
Yeah, at the
and
end of that
going.
minute,
Green Hill Zone is playing.
at the end of that minute, the flesh returns. Those of you that are flying, I need you to make dexterity saving throws so you don't crash into something.
Damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Can I give the giant canary?
No,
I'm using
Damn.
my
you are
inspiration.
being carried by the
60.
giant canary.
I am
Can-
probably using my inspiration as well.
Wow.
Yep. Yep.
I know
So
this says con
I-
save, but this is where my dex is currently.
Okay.
You know,
Um,
I don't know that
was
I'm gonna beat that, but I'm gonna give it a
trying.
shot, just in case, because
Is that
I'm
your
a canary?
You're,
and-
are you just flying by yourself, Titania, right now?
Yes. I was
'Cause I
I
don't
was
think,
going to pick
like,
someone else up, but
I was
then
gonna say because Valdeth can't fly.
Yeah.
by any means
Oh shit! I
whatsoever.
can just roll the dexter. Or
I mean,
the,
you have
the...
a flying, you have a broom of flying or a scythe of flying, Mara, if you wanted to just grab.
Yeah, actually, if you want to be on the broom, I have my
Yep.
own wings.
Nope.
So you can
14
like,
is
ride on that.
14 is what I got.
Yeah.
I would like to give Sin my player inspiration. Please use
Sure.
it so we don't die.
Reroll it.
Do I need to make a dexterity save for myself if I'm using the broom?
It's for the pilot.
Am I not able to pilot it
That's
if
a
No,
monster
because it's attuned to Titania, but she can like hold it and fly it both herself.
I have to have my hand on the
Teamwork,
steering wheel.
You're not-
Teamwork.
The scythe isn't a natural broom of flying. It's only a broom of flying because it's attuned to Titania.
yeah.
So you can't drive it, unfortunately. Unlike a regular broom. I don't think it requires attunement.
So I feel like what happened was I grabbed you and just threw you on my back, and you are directing my head in directions,
Ithram, what are you
which
doing?
is annoying me, but it saved us.
You're not flying, are you? You just
Yeah, because I mean, Vespia can't run and neither can, or can't fly, and is it just
Vespia
me?
can fly.
Oh, you can?
Yep.
Okay.
so
Then
Gent and
then Ithram will be casting a Chardalon Stride. So, and he's gonna cast that. I'll throw that in chat. Whoops. There.
Is that a Fizzbands?
It is.
Nice.
It's only for a minute, but he'll cast it at
increased your speed by 20 feet while it was banished, basically.
yeah, he's gonna cast it at yeah, he'll just cast it at 4th.
I love that. I love that spell because it's basically a Looney Tunes cartoon spell.
Mm-hmm.
So both of the 2 of the 3 flying group were able to hanging obstacles suddenly. Tanya.
Oh, I forgot to make that save. I'm sorry. What's
go
that
ahead.
save?
Just a dexterity saving thing.
Okay.
I think
Well, crap.
two of the 4 flyers have avoided things that were suddenly reappeared. Titania, do you think you ran into a fleshy mound or a bone?
Always fleshy mound.
Flashy mound. Yep. Over that.
Phrasing.
Would you have held on to the scythe or let go of it as you were colliding?
I mean, I'm trying to hang on. I think I got a death grip on it. Sure.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you face plant into a pillar of flesh that appears as everything comes back, as the banished thing comes back. This time as it comes back, there's another one of the distant, like, bestial screams, and the ground shakes even harder as you and Vespia both into the meat.
Right in the kidneys.
Which means Valdeth also goes with her because, you know.
You have enough control over your physicality that you can thrown into it. It's just that you don't drop because Tanya holds onto the.
Yep.
God damn kidneys.
And question, now that Gent's gotten like an actual look at this thing as an apparent entity, can he make like an arcana or can he figure out what the fuck this shit is?
Make an arcana check or a nature.
Okay.
As Tanya and 12 blood crashing face first. Actually, Vespia, would you have crashed into meat or bone, do you think?
Meat.
Meat? Okay, yeah, so 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
19 on arcana.
19 arcana? Impossible to tell what it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
The best you can guess, based on what you're seeing, is some sort of disassembled creature.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's definitely bits and pieces of what would be considered a humanoid. They're just not configured properly, and seem to have been strewn about.
And well, probably more than one humanoid at this scale.
I mean, considering the scale of the bones you're seeing, might be one.
Do you relay any of this
Inside out
information?
giant.
Do we still have telepathy up? Did we do that this morning?
No. Well, it's a ritual, so if you'd let us retcon that, we do it. Yeah, when we We'll be
Yeah,
like,
he'll blurt that all out over the brain link. Then seems to be some sort of deconstructed being or other, humanoid possibly.
I mean, yeah,
That
Ithram
is-
has an oh shit thought that kind
Sin-
of crosses everybody.
Sin, Ithram, Drummond, and Titania
Yeah.
can make.
Can I? My 2 intelligence?
You can.
If I
Yeah.
can, you can.
It's
Um,
not your intelligence so much as your connections.
I got a 5.
Well done.
Religion. Oh boy. Here we
So
go.
this is. I'm not proficient in religion, so this is just a straight intelligence roll.
yeah.
Marduk doesn't teach about the flesh in this way.
6.
Oh, we've lost Nikki again.
I was gonna say through the telepath, you're just hearing panic squawking
so yeah,
because I am
you-
incapable of language at the moment.
None of you have any idea what this is, but in the back of your panicked, squawking brain, Sin, you hear Morath.
Morath.
I
yeah.
think like
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Before making the religion check, I had an idea of what this might be.
What do you think it is?
What happens when you fuck up an apotheosis ritual
In the back
and
of
try to circumvent the cost?
in the back of Sin's brain, they just hear. It looks like you're flying through the remains of a stillborn god.
Quack! Quack! Quack!
And that's where we end for the week.
Somebody fucked around, and now it's time for us to find out.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye,
everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.